Hey everybody, Laurie Blomer here. It is Sunday, October 15th, 2023, and we're here for today's card pull for spiritual reflection and spiritual inspiration. I'm using two different decks today. I'm going to pull the first card from, it's a rabbit theme, okay? I mean, you know, I've got my rabbits and I just felt like doing that today, so play along. The first deck is the Carrot cards. I'm going to pull a card of what do you need to know from that one. And for the what do I need to do about it? What can I do to help myself? Actions I can take to help myself from Nikisha's Rabbit Oracle. Two different authors, but they talk to each other rather nicely in my experience. And of course, there are bunnies on them, but the thing to know is that it's not all about cuteness. A rabbit's life's not that easy if you think about it. It can be relatively short, especially since they're prey animals, but key to the rabbit experience, and this is why it's so important to me to consider them as animal totems and as animal spirit guides to me, is since they are prey animals, they have to be aware of their surroundings and they have to act quickly to them. Whether it is predator that's in the area, and they have to be aware and attuned to what's happening in order to go into hiding or do what they need to do. Rabbits, by the way, can also be badasses from my experience. I've seen videos where you see a wild rabbit fighting a snake in order to protect its prey. So rabbits will do what they need to do. They're not all softness and passivity at all. They are tuned to their surroundings. They're responsive to their surroundings. And they also are creative, right? They have relatively short lifespans, or they can in the wild. So what are they good at creating? Little bunnies. So look at them as a source of inspiration for creativity, and also a source of inspiration for the divine feminine, because their gestation cycle is roughly 30 days, the same as a human woman's menstrual cycle. And again, the large ears, eyes that are positioned on the side of the head so they can be attuned to surroundings and therefore respond to them quickly, including opportunities. So here comes the first card. What do we need to know for spiritual reflection, spiritual inspiration? As always, I'm going to give you my spin on what jumps out to me. I want you to take a look at the card and see what jumps out to you, how it speaks to you in your life for inspiration for this week. So here we go. It's a tiny little deck, but it's chock full of good stuff. So I'm going to take a few pulls from the middle, as I always do. And one more. That feels right. Take the card my thumb lands on, which is this one, and the card is Tunnel in the Garden. I'm going to give a quick jump into inspiration about this one. First of all, we got these carrots neatly in a row. It is not lost on me that who is around them has trimmed all the foliage off the top. I don't know if that's intentional by the illustrator, but I kind of have to laugh because that's what I saw. If you've ever had a garden, you've ever had rabbits, they are masters at eating all the foliage. So first of all, the carrots have been exploited from that level, but you can also see this tunnel in the garden means they have a resource and a way to get to the carrots from the bottom as well. So here's my takeaway from this. I'm just going to say this broadly. Resources are available to me. And I may feel, at a number of levels I'm going to take this, okay? The first one might be, I feel like I've gleaned what I can from them. This tells me that there's more that can be gleaned, but I might need to do a little bit of mining or approaching them from a different angle. Resources, opportunities, experiences. Carrots are something that rabbits like to eat and from which they derive obviously nutrition. So they've nibbled at the top. If they approach them differently from the bottom, there's yet even more and perhaps even better to be gleaned. So I'm going to look at that as a metaphor for resources and opportunities that are still there for me, and that I just may need to approach differently, that there's still more goodness available to me. All right, the second card, what actions can I take to help myself? That first inspiration, what do I need to know? There's action implied in there as well. So again, I'm grabbing from Nikisha's Rabbit Oracle, and I'm shuffling here, and I'm going to pull a card, and it's more based on, are there actions I can take, action or actions, take to help myself, whether it's literal physical action or whether it is reframing of the way I'm thinking or looking at something. So let's see, pulling some out from the middle, and when I feel like that process is done, and I've connected, all right, one hardy pull from the middle. Okay, my thumb is on this one, and it is Lake. We've seen this one before. So this tells me don't worry about resources. Again, this is to me. I encourage you to look at it from your own perspective. How does this speak to you in your life? But if my first card is about the fact that resources are available and there are different ways, more to be gleaned from them, that tells me I don't really have to sweat it. They're taking some time to relax. Water in Oracle is Oracle and Tarot is often a metaphor for emotion, but also intuition. In this case, I feel this really speaks to emotion. They're just kind of chilling out there. They're not worried about whether they're going to make it back to the side of the boat. But they are taking some time to relax, perhaps in an oasis of relaxation that supports them emotionally. So I'm going to put those two together and say, plenty of stuff there. Plenty of resources available. There's also an avenue to find even greater use of them and not sweat it. That's my take. You may see something very differently in your life, and as it relates to you and your experience, run with it. Consider journaling about it. If you want additional clarity and you have cards at home, you might pull an additional card to say, what else do I need to know about this? That will help me for my reflection or my inspiration. So there you have it. Rabbitorama. Thank you for watching. Again, my name's Laurie Blomer. LaurieBlomer.com is my website. LaurieBlomerPsychic@gmail.com is my email address. Would love to hear from you. Would love to work with you. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you have a great week.